All right, so Jack and Cola don't show much respect for their guardian's personal space. So I had them get up to go grab a drink of water and then grab a seat on the couch, just so we can kind of see how the dogs interact with the humans. So the husky, Malamute. Of course, as soon as I pull out my camera, they're not doing it to the same extent that they were. There we go, right there. So I stick my arm underneath your hand. Mm-hmm. Now, I asked the guardians earlier if they know why the dogs were acting this way, because they're just in their personal space, and they're nudging them the whole 9 yards. And the reason for that is because each time they do this, of course, I just pointed this out before we started filming this, but the guardians reached over and started petting the dogs. Anything a dog is doing when we pet it is what we are rewarding. So if we have a dog that invades our personal space or nudges us and we pet them, we're telling them, yeah, you're the boss of me. You can tell me what to do. All right, so I just went over some nonverbal communication cues off camera, and we're going to use those. So we're going to go to the second one, and I'm going to have you guys go ahead and abruptly stand up. Now there you go. All right, so now go ahead and pivot your hips back towards me. Now, if she gets too close, I want you to go to the third step. So I'd like you guys to have established a 1 foot bubble of personal space. So you're just going to walk right at the dog. Now you walked beyond that. So just kind of, if you hold your arm out like where your elbow is right there, that's kind of like where your 1 foot bubble of personal space. So walk directly towards the dogs, and I want you to establish a 1 foot boundary in front of the couch. All right, so he sat down. Go ahead and grab a seat. And if he starts to come forward, stand up right away. Your weight, So collapse together. Move together.
Oh, sorry.
And make them move away. Keep your paw. Keep your. What am I trying to think? Calves against the couch and just scoot together and then move towards the dogs. And again, you're going to establish that personal space. So the key is, remember, very sudden movement. So see it before it happens and then take a sudden, you guys are kind of moving very slowly, kind of shoving them away. Mm-hmm. So big, bold movement. There you go. Stop. Big, bold movement forward. So when you see him coming and she went around behind you, so you're like a soccer player. Don't let her around behind you. So there you go. Now there you go. Perfect. That was better. Now wait. Turn your hips to face her. There you go. Wait for her to SIT. She's like, I'm not going to do it. Just turn your hips and forward. There you go. That was better. That was more deliberate movement. Again, boom. There you go. Now, when you did that, you move back right away. Oh. So once you move towards her, wait a half second, then take one step back. So move towards her again. Boom. Again, both of you guys. So they're kind of going back and forth. So you guys have to be, and then do not let her do that. So you guys have to collapse together. There you go. So, here we are. Cola is already staying several feet away on his own. So boom. And you can move together right at her, but don't let her get behind you there. And you're not doing a very good job of turning your hips to follow her. Right. So wherever she goes, turn your hips. Take a step right at her and keep your hips pointed at her. Now she's kind of acting like, I don't really care, I'm looking out the window. That was a ruse. You saw how she turned around and came back. There you go. Turn your hips to face her. Now again, remember 1 foot bubble. There you go. So when she violates that, I want to take a sudden step right at her. So you guys are kind of waiting for her to do it and then reacting after the fact. So keep going. And I would keep on going. Keep your left knee. There you go. Perfect. Now, how often does she put her paw on you guys like that? Like when you're petting her, does she ever put it on your forearm?
No, if she wants attention.
You're not pivoting. There you go. So she's used to pawing at you for attention. That was better. You were more preemptive there. So again, boom. Sudden, right at her. And you can't let her get in front of you. See how she's keeping a little bit of space? Step right at her. Boom. So when she was starting to come there, she was going to invade your personal space. There you go. All right, so turn to face me. Now you're in an SIT, but when you do, if she gets up, bounce up right away and turn to face her. Snap right away. Go ahead. Right up. That was much better. It wasn't the dog I anticipated, but that was much better. Don't let her around. There you go. So you have to kind of see it happening there. That was much better. So she's just trying to kind of go around you. Like, I'm not going to pay attention. Again, I think this is a penalty for all that you guys have done before. Yeah. So now go ahead and take step backwards so you're against the couch. And then I wait there for a sec. Hiss. There you go. So that was a probe. Dogs probe to determine, are they serious about this? Are they following through? Now, when you move like you just did, you took a step, you went like this. You went step, then you kind of gradually move your step. So I went boom, 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 boom. So you're almost punctuating your movement when your steps. So let's move her past the elbow or the armrest of the couches. There you go. Now wait there. Wait for her to look at you. And put your hands at your side. There you go. Go ahead and take one step backwards. One sidebar. Never step backwards if the dog is moving towards you.
Okay.
Now, when she sits down, take a giant step backwards. So if she sits down and you take a giant step back immediately after, that's your way of saying, because you're challenging me less, I turn down my volume of my disagreement. She's about to LAY. When she does, grab a seat. So when the dog sits, we take a step backwards right away, or we could sit down. I never sit unless the dog is at minimum sitting first. And when the dog lays down, I take another step backwards or I sit down at that point. Okay. So if you do that bang, bang, that's kind of a conversation. So she's saying, I'm challenging you less. You're saying, well, I'm turning down my guard. Now, we had to go back and forth. This is about 6 minutes now, but eventually we got the dogs to leave your personal space. So what I'd like you guys to do is just get in the habit of creating a 1-foot bubble of personal space around each one of you. And you can also defend each other's personal space. Let's say that you're eating crackers and you can't make a hissing sound. You can get up and stand and march in front of her and keep your shoulder towards the dog and your butt towards whoever you're protecting and keep on establishing that. Now, again, they're going to keep on probing and coming back to see if you're serious. So you have to be very lightning quick about this. And what will help is if maybe come in with a snack or something, do something to set them up when you have time to practice this. What typically happens is you're on the phone, somebody's guest is here, you're eating something, and they take advantage of that. So recreate the situation, break it down in individual steps, help the dog practice that one step. And then, like in this case, when she laid down, I would maybe give her a treat. And you could give her, or give her a command word for that. But, again, I don't want to tell her to LAY. In that case, when she laid down, she stopped challenging us. Mm-hmm. So claiming personal space is going to be a big thing for you guys from what I've seen so far. And this is how we use the escalating consequences to claim our personal space.